Call me neural knowledge. ISO boom! This is the alchemy of scaling to 30K, 40K, perhaps 50K or so within the next 30 days or so. And then using the results from scaling to 50K, 40K, 30K, using the fact that you scaled and have a proven offer, then eventually scale to anywhere between 10K to 100K plus a month. And what that actually means is how to basically get a proven offer, sell that proven offer, and then scale that proven offer as an educational or informational YouTuber. So we got the whiteboard here. I just erased it, I just cleaned it entirely to make this video for everybody. I was going to use the blue, but I don't think I want to use the blue. So we're going to talk about how to create your high ticket offer, how to make sure it's directly tailored to your audience, how to eventually sell and launch that offer so that you can have, proven results that people want it. Like you can sell it and then actually deliver on the offer so that you can then get proven results that what you're selling works, what you're delivering works. And then once you have the proven system, like what you're doing works, people want to buy it, people actually like what you're selling. We then use those results. We use the way you got results and the way you prove that people want your high ticket offer to then eventually scale to whatever amount of figures that you want in your YouTube channel, YouTube business. So that could be 5 figures for some, multiple 5 figures. That could be multiple 6 figures for some. Me, I'm a guy who wants multiple 7 figures a month, personally. Not everybody wants that. I'm yapping though. So let's first talk about kind of the first aspect of what it takes to scale to, because we're not going to talk about scale yet. We're going to talk about, first of all, launching and generating about 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K or so in the next 30 days. So let's talk about that first. So it's first going to start, and everybody already knows this. Everybody already knows this. Of course it's going to be market research. How are you going to do anything if you don't have this? How? Let me know. If you don't know what your audience wants, you don't know who you're speaking to, you don't know why they like what you don't know why they watch you don't know why they want something from you to purchase from you. Like, if you don't know any of these different things, how the heck are you going to create something that would sell for 20K, 30K, 40K or so in 30 days, and then eventually scale to 10K to 100K plus a month? Like, it's not going to work. It's not going to happen. It's not going to be possible. And that's the problem that a lot of YouTubers, a lot of just people in general, content creators, business coaches, consultants, coaches, whatever the case may be, they don't actually know what their market actually wants and what their audience actually wants. And that's killing them, because this is the foundation. You can't do anything without this. And furthermore, let me just kind of title this Alchemy of 20K to 50K in 30 days or so, because of course not everyone's going to be on the time frame of 30 days or so. It's going to start by market research. So you're going to want to talk directly to your audience. You're going to want to figure out what problems that they have, what pains, what desires, what do they actually value from you as a YouTuber. Like, of course, you might have a YouTube channel that's about a specific topic. Perhaps you make YouTube videos about basketball, getting people better at basketball, and you make educational videos on basically getting better at basketball. There's going to be a host of different problems and desires, most likely hoop dreams. If you want to go to NBA, there's going to be a host of different things that come across and are based within the channel itself. So, but you're not going to be able to fully understand all the problems, all the pains, all the desires until you're actually talking directly face to face to your audience, until you're actually having conversations with them, until you're actually figuring out why these are problems, why these are pains, why these are desires. You might think you know, and that's a problem with a lot of just people trying to sell stuff on the internet. They think that they know what their audience wants. But have you had an actual conversation with your audience? Have you actually talked to them and figured out, okay, you guys watch this type of content. Maybe you might see the content that's like kind of most popular on your channel. Okay, that could already start to give you a direction to like what people actually value. From there though, once you figure out what they actually value, that's when you can start to shift towards starting to think about, okay, this is the number one thing that they value. What kind of solutions can I start to provide? Like what can I start to provide that would be able to help them with these problems and pains and desires that they have? What can I create? What can I kind of come and bring together to get to a point where I'm able to best help the audience that best help my audience, basically best help your audience. And that's kind of basically what that entails. But pretty much with market research, you're going to just want to look through your comments. You're going to want to look through your social medias, your emails. What are people saying? Or what are people asking you in your comments? Like, what are the questions people have for you? What are the different things that they want you to kind of make videos about, the topics that they want you to talk about? Figure that out. Because if you can figure that out and then actually use those pains, use those desires to then kind of like coerce them, not kind of coerce them because that kind of sounds crazy, but kind of just get them on calls to kind of dissect these pains and desires and problems that they have. Because you'll be able to figure out a lot from your audience. And it's these deep underlying pains and desires and problems that actually allow you to create a compelling offer that actually hits directly towards their emotions, their brain. You don't want to create something that's just surface level. Because, I mean, for one, it's not going to convert. And two, it's just not speaking to the exact underlying conditions. Because people are going to have these surface level things that they say that they hate, that they like from your channel. You want to be able to speak to the underlying reasons for why they feel the way they do, because that's the true pain, that's the true desire. Those are the true emotions that you'll be able to use to, I don't want to say to your advantage because that sounds crazy again, but basically you can use that to better and best serve your audience. So it's always going to start from market research. Please don't skip this step. I know you hear market research all the time, but it seems like a lot of people just decide not to do it. So market research is going to be the foundation of everything. I don't want you to skip this step, because if you are watching this video and you haven't done this yet, don't even watch the rest of this video. Like, just click off. Figure out how you can learn how to do market research effectively. And I just gave you a step-by-step action plan to do so. Like, it was only 2 steps. You look through your comments, you look through your audience. Very simple. Then just have conversations with them. Set up maybe a Google form for them to fill out. Set up a Google, like I don't know, like Zoom or something, calendar, or like whatever. Just have conversations with them. You'll figure out exactly what they want and what problems they have, and then that will lead you on to the next thing, which is offer creation. Let's go. You never know, be like, let's stick with that black. Next, we have offer creation. Now, this is a topic that everybody talks about. We all know about Alex Hormozi's offer equation. I don't have it on the top of my head, but we all know about offer creation. Everyone talks about it. But offer creation isn't as complicated as people make it if you do the market research first. Because the offer creation is just based off what your audience says they most desire. Like, literally, what they most have problems with. If you're a YouTuber who has a massive following, you have a following of a certain amount, and people watch you for a certain reason, most likely you are good / skilled at what you do, what you teach, and what you talk about. Which means, based on what you talk about, based on what you teach, your audience is going to have problems, questions that you figured out in market research before. So pretty much, you're most likely going to be an expert and going to be able to actually help them with their problems and desires. The offer is simply just using the problems and desires that they ask of you and stacking it with compelling psychological triggers that make an offer stand out. So some of these things are a clear and defined outcome, like a unique mechanism, like what's different about your offer compared to others. Is it in the actual result that they want? And you'll figure it out if you did the market research before. You can also do, there's a lot of different things, like, for example, market awareness, market sophistication. Market awareness is like how aware your audience is to other solutions out there, to even if they have a problem in the first place. Most YouTubers are going to be problem aware and solution aware. Let me see if I can kind of like distill that into more simple terms. Problem aware is just like your audience knows that they have a problem, but they just don't know of any solutions out there. which is valuable because then you could be the first one to show them a valuable solution if you know how to create an offer correctly. And I mean, it's just they're gonna like, it's like birds to a flock. I don't know, bees to honey, whatever. We're gonna say that. And we also have a solution where your audience knows of other solutions. A lot of YouTubers might also be like this just because of the fact that in this online space, there's a lot of people doing everything. Like there's coaches coaching, coaches to coach coaches. There's a whole bunch of other stuff. So a solution where audience, they know there's other solutions out there, but they don't know which one is the best. And if you're that market awareness, you would want your solution to stand out, and that's through the unique mechanism. That's through bonuses, scarcity, urgency, all these other different things that kind of make an offer seem better than it actually is. An offer simply is just providing to your audience what they want from you. That's simple terms. Like, you can do all these different things. Like, I mean, you'll figure out their current situation, you'll figure out their desired situation, you'll figure out the transformation that they need to have based on actually having a conversation with them. So, in simple terms though, if we're going to actually distill the offer into something tangible, because an offer is the offer, but then what makes up the offer are things like courses, coaching, mentorship, cohorts, whatever the case may be. So if you're going to do this, you're going to need to sell a high ticket offer. And I recommend for all YouTubers, no matter who you are, no matter what niche you are, no matter what you've done in the past, dude, just sell high ticket offer. Just sell a high ticket offer, a high ticket mentorship, where you work closely with the people that are in your audience so that you can get them amazing results. If you look at any top guy in the space, and whatever space that you're in, they are successful because they just do one of two things. Like literally, like they might have only high ticket, or they might have like high ticket upsell, or maybe a high ticket and just maybe a miniature downsell of like a mid-ticket like course, or maybe even sometimes like some have low-ticket communities, but it is never a low-ticket community on the front end. That is just so much extra work than needed when you can just sell a four-figure price point if you position the offer right, if you could stack the value, if you make it positioned so that the specific person that you're trying to reach with the offer actually values it. There's not going to be anything more valuable than a high-ticket offer, because low ticket is just going to be, to get to a point where you are successful with low ticket, you would need hundreds and thousands of members. Rather, if you were to sell 5 of your high ticket offer spots or whatever, if it was a program, perhaps like that's later down the line, if you were to sell like 5 spots at a price point of like $3,000 each, very simple, especially if you stack the value, if it's directly tailored towards a specific person because you did your market research. What was it? We said $3,000, 5 spots, that's $15,000 a month. I mean, listen, like that, and that's just what, 5 spots? So think about the 5 spots out of the thousands and tens of thousands and hundreds of thousands of people you have in your audience. So when it comes down to it, and this is why we're going to talk about this, because if this is going to be the alchemy of 20K to 50K in 30 days or so, this is what you're going to do. So you have your offer, you've created it already. You're going to open 15 one-to-one mentorship spots. On top of that, you can also have 5 to 10 downsell spots at a, hope you guys can see that, a mid-ticket price point. I really hope you guys can see that. Let me just make sure. Okay, y'all should be able to see that. 5 to 10 downsell spots, 15 one-to-one mentorship spots. There's a reason why we're doing one-to-one in the beginning. We're not going to do one-to-one forever. If you really want to scale, because this is the alchemy of 20K to 50K in 30 days, we're then eventually going to get into the alchemy of 10K to 100K plus a month. You're not going to be able to scale with one-to-one, and it's just not going to be that. It's going to be harder for you, especially if you're taking one-on-one calls all the time. Your fulfillment, like getting results for your customers, are all different. It's kind of like you have to change how you're doing things for each customer. You're not going to be able to do it long term, but in the beginning, it is essential, imperative. Like, you have no choice but to do so, because You don't know what works. You don't know what gets results. You don't know what people actually value. You don't know what people actually need. You don't even know like if what you're gonna do works. The 15 one-to-one mentorship spots ensures that what you're going to do works, because you are in the trenches with your customers. You are doing everything in your power to get them results no matter what. It is your duty, your civil duty, to get these people results, and you're going to do so. These one-to-one mentorship spots, it's going to force you to. You don't have a choice. These people have paid you maybe what, 2K, 3K, 4K price point each, by the way. You're going to do whatever you need to do to get them results. And what you're going to do is you're going to then start to document the results. Document your process. Figure out, okay, what works across all 15 of these people? What has been starting to kind of get these people the best results? Like, who's getting the best results? Who's not getting the good results? What are they doing that they're getting great results? And what are these guys doing that aren't getting good results? Like, you'll start to figure out the different processes and frameworks and systems that are working to get the best types of results. And you'll be able to document it, because if you document it over these 15 one-to-one mentorship spots, this is going to be your foundation and your framework to your eventual productized service. I can't even say that word. Productized service. And we'll get into what a productized service is later in this video. But it is essential that you start off with 15 one-to-one mentorship spots, because you need to be in the trenches. You need to do whatever you can to get your customers results. And then 5 to 10 down-sell spots, you can just do maybe 1-2 hour one-on-one calls, helping your audience and helping whoever buys these down-sell spots with the number one biggest pain point in regards to whatever you're selling. Very easy to do, very easy to fulfill on, and you get to get maybe 5K, 10K extra on cash collected. I want you to realize, like, this alchemy of 20K in 30 days, this isn't really so much about cash, even though you are collecting a decent amount of cash. It's more so about collecting the cash, collecting proof of concept, and then using that proof of concept to fulfill on the proof of concept, and then using that to then eventually scale into the future. People try to scale way too fast. People try to scale without proof of concept when their systems and backend are messy and they don't have a proven funnel, proven systems. People try to scale too fast. Take your time with scale. Take your time with actually getting results for your customers, because results is what's going to separate you from the next authority in your niche. Nothing else matters besides great results. That is why I focus on product first. Listen, distribution is still very, very important, and you will have the distribution down if you follow my systems, as well as also because you're just a natural YouTuber in general. You already know how to get an audience, so distribution is not going to be that hard. You just need to know how to actually distribute it in a sort of sales manner, because YouTubers don't really know how to do it. They just know how to collect views and kind of just have the views kind of sitting there like, oh, so what next? Like, you can sell me, like, can I get further help with you, whatever. So it is imperative that you do it this way, because this is going to allow you for a very much easier life in the future, a much easier life when you actually then begin to start opening more spots into this, and then when you actually start to get into a productized service, which, like I said, I will explain in a little bit. So let's just erase this. I gotta start getting an editor so I can get my own music. So we touched on this already. Let's erase that. We touched on this already, but it's going to be launch plus customer fulfillment. I'm really crazy in this camera right now. So pretty much, you're going to want to do a dedicated launch, because, of course, you know exactly what your audience wants. You've talked to them. You've created the offer around them. And furthermore, if you guys want me to make an actual dedicated video on how to create an awesome offer, I can do so, because, just a side rant, people are just, it feels like everyone's a beginner in this space. I know, like, my channel isn't that big yet, but it's going to be, because I'm not a beginner. I talk in high-level topics, and I talk in terms of people. Anyway, let me not get into that. It's just like people, like, listen, I'll just make a dedicated offer video if you guys want me to. I'm not about to rant like this. Okay, so you're going to want to do a launch. You know what your audience wants. You've created an offer for them. Pretty much now you just need to release it to your audience. And there's a specific way to do so in a way that you can compress the sales cycle. And what I mean when I say compress the sales cycle, you can compress, which means to make smaller the window of when and how long it takes for people to buy from you, as in your audience. And because you're the YouTuber and you already have natural authority, you'll be able to get people to buy what you with little to no problems, little to no resistance. Because for one, the offer is tailored towards a specific type of person in your audience. And if there's one type of person in your audience, there's thousands, tens of thousands. So all tens of thousands of those people are going to be able to get attracted to that specific offer. And pretty much, you're going to just kind of want to take that specific type of person, do kind of like I like to call it like a cocktail or roller coaster of emotions through a warm-up pre-launch, a pre-launch, a launch, and then also a post-launch. A warm-up pre-launch, well, first of all, up until this point, you should have been kind of like teasing and kind of hinting that, okay, I did market research, I'm about to release something for you guys, and like I want you guys to be excited about. So just like little hints, little teases, like maybe you working on something, work on an offer, for example, working out how you're going to do customer fulfillment, and maybe even hinting and teasing at calls that you've had with your audience already. Up until that point, you should have been like kind of just teasing what you're doing. Then maybe a few days before, like because your launch is composed of pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. I like to add a warm-up pre-launch though, just because it kind of just, what's the word, primes your audience for the roller coaster of psychological feelings and triggers and emotions that they're going to be going through throughout the launch. Warm-up pre-launch is kind of just starting to up the teasing, up the whispering, saying like, okay, I've been whispering all this time, I'm about to release something in a couple of days, be ready, you're not revealing anything yet. Then you do a pre-launch where you kind of send people to a waiting list. So like, okay, here's the offer, doors are open, but you can only get in if you're on the early access list. Simple as that. That is going to make people feel, oh my gosh, I gotta get in. FOMO, fear of missing out, scarcity, like, oh my gosh, I have to move right now so I can get on the early access list because I might not be able to get it by the time public doors open. You do like a pre-launch for about a week or so. Just try to get as many people into the list as possible because these are going to be your warmest potential customers who would want to purchase your stuff. So get as many of these people into the list and then try to just close and sell all of these people before even spots even open in the public doors. Those are going to be your warmest leads, and what's the point of doing a whole launch if you can just get the warmest leads already by taking calls with them? So say for example though, you don't close all, you don't fill out all the fit, because remember it's 15 one-to-one spots, 15 spots, and the high ticket mentorship offer should be at about 2K, 3K, 4K, 5K, depending on your niche. I'm not going to talk about pricing here, that's a whole nother topic, but say you don't fill out all of these 15 spots, maybe fill like 8 or 9. You continue then to open up with the launch, and you figure out, okay, I have about X spots left, and you just try to just up the anticipation and urgency, like, and make your audience feel like they have to move because, okay, this guy has filled out 10 spots already, there's only 5 left, I gotta move. And you'll just be communicating that through all of your social media platforms. You're gonna want to launch and showcase to all of your social medias, like, this is what's happening, I'm releasing something, get in or get lost because this is not opening again. So you do that until all spots are closed, as well as then you also get your 5 to 10, maybe 15 downsells on top of that for people who maybe don't qualify for the one-to-one but are able to sneak by the, maybe you have like an application, they're able to sneak by that, and I just saw that move. They're able to sneak by that and kind of get into the call when they're not supposed to. So you downsell these people. Okay, cool. All spots are closed. Now, post-launch is still very important because you need to end off the launch correctly. That means just basically kind of saying like, all spots are closed, we finished, we sold out everything. If you want to be prepared for your next launch, give me your email right now, give me your contact information, and we'll get you on the next one. People will jump to get on that because they're like, oh man, I missed it, all spots are gone, I gotta get on the next one. I'm gonna give this guy my email because I need to get on the next one. They missed it. And the fact that all spots are closed, as well as the fact that you're not opening spots for months, just gives you way more authority, way more kind of like wow, like I should have been serious. I'm going to be serious for next time. So each phase of the launch is very, very important. But since launch is over, you then have to go into customer fulfillment. And like I said, that's pretty much going to be you being in the trenches, doing whatever it takes to get these people results, hopping on calls with these people, talking to them for hours at a time. Like this will probably be the hardest part of the process. I lied. There's another part that's a lot harder. But this will be a hard part of the process just because of the fact that you are going to be kind of putting on a whole bunch of emotional baggage onto you from 15 different people, maybe 10, maybe plus 10 if you have 10 downsell slots of like 1 to 2 hour calls. You're going to be putting on a whole bunch of emotional baggage for people who need your help, have a specific issue that they need help with, they paid you for, multiple 4 figures. So at this point, you're sitting on 40K, 50K cash collected. So these people have paid you a lot of money. So you feel obligated that you need to get these people results. It's going to be stressful, but it's worth it, because if you can get these people amazing results, do whatever it takes to get them results. Start to build out documents for them. Start to build out templates for them, step-by-step directions. Record Loom videos for them. Make sure they have a great onboarding experience so that they know what to expect. They know the timeline of how long it's going to take to get results. As well as they just know that everything is structured and they don't have any buyer's remorse. And buyer's remorse is just basically like, okay, they bought and it's like, what the freak am I looking at? And they feel like they regretted and wasted their money. So you don't want them to feel like that. Do whatever it takes to make them have a great customer experience, and that's all that matters. Because if you get these 15 results, you are good, quite literally, and I mean this, for the rest of your career. However old you are, times that by 2, you would be good unto them, because 15 case studies, 15 proven case studies, 15 proven results can take you anywhere you want to go. Because if you took the time to really put in the energy to get these people amazing results, I mean, dude, the results and case studies are going to be amazing case studies, and you can then infinitely scale. You can infinitely scale. You have proven results and authority to back up your word, back up your talk, and then since you've gone to 15 case studies, you can then use these to now eventually go into, well, I'm not going to surprise it. We're now eventually going to go into the alchemy of a 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business. So stick with me. Let me take off my jacket. Come here. Okay, so this is the alchemy of a 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business. I've been yapping, so we're gonna kind of distill this into some actionable steps and actionable points and kind of just an overview so that you can kind of look at it and realize maybe what you're doing wrong, where you might need to go towards to in the future. At the moment, the alchemy of a 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business, the step-by-step direction on how to do so is locked away in my flagship program synthesis that I still have yet to complete. So we have only been focusing, at least at David's Acquisition, on the alchemy of a 20K, 30K, 40K, 50K launch for now. But the alchemy of 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business is the actual end goal for YouTubers. Like, you want to be able to have an actual business that supports your life without a whole bunch of time constraints, without you having to sit down and record videos all the time, without knowing the amount of money that you're going to get every single month. We all know affiliates is inconsistent, sponsorships are inconsistent, AdSense sucks. You can't rely on these things if you actually want to have a sustainable life, business, and just health, mental health, financial well-being, etc. So the end goal is to have a streamlined 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business that allows you to achieve the things that you actually want to achieve in life and live out the dreams that you actually want to live, the freedom that you actually want to desire. So when it comes down to it, now that you have a proven offer, you've gotten your 15 case studies. Whew. It is now starting. Okay, hold on. Let me slow down. So okay, I'm going to basically just write out the main things that make up a 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business, and I'll just kind of distill them and break them down. Okay, when it comes down to it, these are the 6 things that make up a 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business. And if I'm going to actually be frank and honest, if you're at 10K to 50K a month, all you really need are these 3. Maybe this one as well. If you actually want to scale beyond 6 figures, you're going to need, you don't even need this either, right? You don't even need this for beyond 6 figures. This is like just a plus if you want to just provide fuel to the fire. But yeah, I would say each level does need all of these five at least. And if you want to go beyond 6 figures, you can then do paid ads. But we're going to talk about it. So first thing I want to talk about is, okay, you've gotten results for these people. It's 50 people that you have case studies for. You know what works. You know how to get results. You know what actually people need to do to get to a certain result, a certain kind of desired situation in their life. So these 3 together are going to be done in unison, in tandem with each other. But since I've been teaching productized service the entire time, let me just start off with that. Productized service is basically just kind of your end goal for what you want to get to as a YouTuber. As in, like, if you actually want the freedom that you want in your life, to do what you want to do, achieve what you want to do, be whoever you want to be, become whoever you want to be, you need to have a productized service. You're not going to do it, you're not going to get to the level that you want to get to if you're still kind of working one-to-one all the time with clients, doing customized work, only recording YouTube videos, selling one-off cheap digital courses, selling like low-ticket community. Like, no. You need a productized high-ticket service that you can sell at 3K, 4K, 5K a pop per customer. And with a productized service, it's basically what you did in the trenches to get the 15 case studies in a productized form. And when I say productized, it means in the form of Google documents, frameworks, templates, systems, whatever the case may be, that you can kind of just repeat the same result that you've gotten for the 15 people in your one-to-one mentorship over and over and over and over and over again to thousands of the same ideal customer profile. So basically, if there's 15 of the people who got results with the high-ticket mentorship, you want to be able to kind of, don't say 15, you want to be able to replicate them to the hundreds, thousands. And if there's 15 of people that got a result, there's probably hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands of people in your audience who also probably desire the same exact result. You can deliver this productized service to those hundreds and thousands of people all at the same time. Now, I do want to just do a caveat, because with a productized service, if you're going to be selling it at 3K, 4K, you will probably want to do group coaching. I won't lie. You will probably want to do group coaching. But to scale a business, it eventually involves you not doing tasks that don't actually directly lead to money. So you should have group coaching in this productized service that you're selling at 3K, 4K, 5K a pop, but you should hire someone to do it. You should have team members that are able to actually implement on certain tasks that you aren't able to do as a YouTuber. And that's what I'm saying. These are all different, these are all different topics and different things within the business, but I won't lie. Let me just see if I can find a red. These all work in tandem with each other. You can't have one without the other, because if you do, your business won't be able to grow to the level that you want it to get to. You need content systems to be able to actually distribute your offer so that people can actually see it, so that you can gain traffic, actually generate attention, so that people can actually watch the content that you're putting out. It should be a whole bunch of free value, like this video, like and subscribe. It should be a whole bunch of free value that's kind of like a sort of, what can I say it? Kind of like a outline of like what you're actually selling. Give away all the secrets. Give away everything that you need to do to get these people results just with the free content. That is kind of like a tidbit, a trick for you guys. I mean, who am I to give tricks yet? My channel isn't big yet, but it will be, and it's because I have the foundations right. Everything in this life is going to be about an exchange of energy and exchange of value. Give away everything in your content so that people can get to a specific result, and by default, people will have to purchase your product, because free value is never enough. Excuse me. I'll tell you a prime example of how this worked for me. Just recently, within the past 2 weeks, I was watching this free video from this one guy. I'm not gonna say his name because it's going DDoS me. It's going to expose me. But the guy was giving a whole bunch of free content, and it was valuable. I was acting on it. I was actually doing it, but I realized, like, dude, it's not enough. The free content isn't enough. Like, I need to see what this guy's paid stuff is, because like the free content was good, but I wanted to just see like if maybe I was missing out on something with the paid. And the paid is valuable as heck. And that's what I'm saying. The free value will always be a distinction of what the paid is. So if someone's giving you alpha, and alpha just means like some game in a video, it means his paid content is just amazing. with content, I mean, I have a whole bunch of different specific things for content that I'm going to have coming out in the next 1 to 2, like over the next month or so, because I'm going to take my content game to the next level. Once I actually finish in this little stage of business I'm in, I'm really trying to get the best results possible for my customers. I'm going to have a whole bunch of different things for content for you guys. So pretty much stuff like, as in like, how to use AI with your content, how to use content workflows, how to come up with amazing ideas, how to streamline scripting and recording, how to make very, 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 very valuable content, like actionably. So I'm gonna have a whole bunch of that stuff for you guys. It's also gonna help me, of course, because like I need it as well. You can see by the size of my channel. But if the product and service and content system are directly interlocked, because the content is just a distilled version of whatever the product is. So make the content, make for one, first of all, your product as valuable as possible, and then the rest just becomes easy. In fact, this is kind of the North Star. The product is always going to be the number one thing that people that reflects how good your business is. That's why we do the one-to-one in the beginning, so that you know what people need to get results, so that you actually know what gets results, and you know your customer like the back of your hand. One-to-one is the keystone, the North Star for a successful business like this, a 10K to 100K plus a month business. And 10K is, I'm not gonna lie, it's like, that's like being like very, very bare minimum. Like, if you can implement these things, you can get to 50K, 60K, 70K, no issue. Because you already have the 15 case studies, but it has to be in this specific order. If you skip steps, it's not gonna work. Marketing system is just gonna be, as a YouTuber, once you have this product and service, and like I said, the product and service you are getting by, and making it amazing by creating documents, frameworks, and templates. Basically, step-by-step directions on how to get from A to Z, as in how to get from current situation to desired situation in a product form. You can distribute that product over and over and over again without having to keep on recreating it, keep on having to spend hours and hours on calls, etc., etc. That's the value of the product and service, and you can sell that to hundreds and thousands of people because it's the same product. You're just selling it over and over to the same type of person who has the same current situation that the product states, and then gets that person from the current situation to their desired situation. That's like, if the product does that, you can distribute it to the same amount of people who have that specific problem and desired situation. That was like, yeah, but whatever. I think you understand the point. Your marketing systems is pretty much just going to be kind of like your funnel. And I mean, in basic terms, it is just going to be your funnel. Like, because I was going to say, you have your newsletter and your email list. You have kind of like your back end, like your lead magnets, etc. It's all just a part of the funnel. I'm not even going to complicate it. When it comes down to it, if you actually want to get people attracted, nurtured, and converted over time, the main cornerstones are going to be Instagram and YouTube. Obviously YouTube and Instagram, of course. And any other social media platform that you use, you are going to send everyone to YouTube, because YouTube is the number one most nurturing platform. I haven't even been able to post that much just because I've been grinding so much on product that, like, but this is the number one platform to actually like make videos on and actually get customers and clients. And I don't want to say clients because customers sounds, but it's just a better term for YouTubers. And it's just kind of like a math game. It's just the fact that it is that, like, people who watch you on YouTube are spending hours and hours and minutes, like 30 minutes plus, watching you. Like, if you watch this entire video, I mean, listen, you probably like, oh man, this guy, you know his stuff. Nah, but pretty much, you're gonna send everybody on all of your social media to YouTube, because this is gonna be the most valuable platform. And on YouTube, the only link that should be in your description and in your about section should simply just be a link to your VSL, pretty much just your website. And I don't even want to have, say, a landing page. Like, if you're gonna really run a business, you need a website. So, video sales letter where you have case studies, client wins, maybe an FAQ question, and kind of just details about your offer, what you do, who you help. Simple. You have to remember, you're a YouTuber. You already have authority. You already have people watching you. You don't need to be fancy. You don't need to do crazy. I know of a YouTuber. His name is Neuro Knowledge. He makes hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. William Brown makes hundreds of thousands of dollars per month. Simple funnels. YouTubers, pretty much. I mean, these guys are. I mean, Neuro Knowledge is definitely a YouTuber. William Brown is more so like a business owner, but it's. I mean, hey, he's dominating YouTube. You're a YouTuber. You already have enough of an audience. You don't need any complex, crazy sales funnels. You don't need complex master classes and complex like growth engine. Like, I don't know. Some of the stuff y'all come up with is just crazy. Like growth protocol blueprint. Like engine reload. Like bro, you guys are just doing too much. Like you don't need any of those crazy fancy names. Keep it simple, and your audience is gonna appreciate it more. A lot of the clients I work with, they just have a whole bunch of different things that just distract people from actually getting to the point of why they're even. If you're trying to make a client, or if you're trying to make an audience member do something, why do you have a whole bunch of other stuff kind of distracting them from the fact that they need to do that action? My client who's watching this, if he's watching this, he probably knows. He probably thinks. I mean, he knows I'm talking about him, and he knows I'm talking about them, and it's out of love, just because of the fact that, I mean, we just don't need a whole bunch of distractions. Anyway, so, I mean, I'll be honest, that's pretty much it for marketing systems. You don't need to do too much. Obviously, have a newsletter, have a lead magnet, so you can convert people over time. Make the lead magnet a master class, master guide of basically what you do, how you do it, and how to get results with it. Make it so good that people could get results with even without buying your paid product, because people will still buy the paid product because of free content. It's just never going to be enough. People need accountability. People need step-by-step directions. And remember, that paid product is that product or service that you now know absolutely works because you got 15 case studies. And because you got 15 case studies, it makes these two just 10 times better because you have more proof, you have more authority, you have more confidence and conviction in what you're selling. People trust you because they see the case studies. This is the best path for you. Like, this is what will separate you from anyone else in the online space, in your niche, no matter what. So, let's actually talk about, we're going to actually talk about systems and levels of productivity. You can forget about a 10K to 100K plus a month YouTube business if you're not productive, if you don't have a team that you can build, that you know how to build, if you don't have people who are doing your editing, your thumbnail creation, maybe even helping you with ideation, if you don't have people helping you with customer fulfillment, as in like customer success, if you don't have people maybe running your group calls, you don't need that big of a team. Maybe you could have like maybe 1 to 2 closers, like people who help you with sales calls, because you definitely will need to if you're going to scale. You will definitely need to hire a sales team. But at the end of the day, this is what's going to unlock the freedom for you. You'll have people who you're paying good money to get you a certain result. And you don't have a need to add that big of a team. You are a YouTuber. You have a ton of traffic coming in all the time. If you just implement these based on the fact that you already have 15 case studies, you don't need to do too much. But furthermore, when I say kind of system of leverage and productivity, it's just going to come down to a couple of key factors. So, like I said, it's going to be team members. It's going to be like, can you actually do the work? Do you have a brain clear enough to actually do the work? Do you have enough brain points to actually be able to focus on the work daily, to be able to work 8 hours a day, work 5 to 8 hours a day straight without any distractions, any problems? How are your habits? How are, I don't know, the way you think about certain things? All of these things play a role in being able to run a functional business. Because you can go back to kind of just selling your courses, selling your loyalty communities, and kind of not actually achieving the potential of what you think and what you know your YouTube business could be. You can go back to that type of lifestyle, kind of just selling that and not knowing when the next dollar is going to come in, because you don't have actual marketing systems. You're kind of just posting content, shooting into the air, kind of thinking, oh, maybe this will hit, maybe this won't hit. You don't have control of your income, pretty much. You can go back to that, or you can grow up, because I know you're a grown-up watching this. Realize that your habits, what you do in your life, the way you think, your limits and beliefs, all play a role into becoming a better CEO, because you're not just a YouTube channel owner anymore, you're a CEO. Pretty much. When it comes down to it, if you want to really just keep your habits in check, I'm not going to go into a tangent, maybe I'll make that in the next video. It's just going to be prayer, meditation, visualization, gratitude, and journaling. And obviously exercise as well. You should be exercising. That should be non-negotiable. I mean, you see I'm jacked. You feel me? Like, my fault. Anyway, you see I'm jacked. But my point is like, if you want to be able to control your mind and control your thoughts and control your energy, you need to be doing those 5 things. And I don't care what you say about spirituality, religion, all that stuff. Just do the stuff. Stop being weird. Like, why are you saying like, oh, I mean, I'm not going to get into that tangent either. You see, I got a lot of tangents, but I'm not going to get into it. Listen, those things are going to keep you focused and check and actually allow you to be able to have the free reign to run your business. Furthermore, because I'm not going to delve into those topics too much, because that's a whole nother video in itself. You need to have your diet in check. That means no carbs throughout the day. maybe only fruits, drinking water with electrolytes, animal-based diet. That's the healthiest diet on the planet, in my opinion. I mean, not even my opinion, just based off studies. Anyway, because I know that's controversial too. But if you actually want to have a clear brain, clear stomach, so you can actually focus, that's what you're going to need. So I don't want to talk about that too much, but team members as well, you're just going to need to be able to hire the right people. So editor, thumbnail creator, because you're not going to be doing those things yourself. I know you might like the creative part of it, but you can still do them yourself if you like enjoy that, but you're going to have to sacrifice other parts of your life to be able to do that. So if you want to edit and thumbnail create, okay, you're probably going to have to sacrifice maybe sleep or some social life or, you know, family time or like going out sometimes, because editing and thumbnail creation takes time. So it's up to you. You are the CEO. You can figure out what you want to sacrifice, what you want in your life, what you don't want in your life. That's the point. You're a CEO. You're going to be the one making decisions for your future and your channel and your business. So we talked about hiring. We talked about not thumbnail creation, productivity. I mean, when it comes down to it, there's a whole bunch of other productivity tactics you can get into, but we're not getting into it because, like, that's just besides the point. The main two things are just going to be hiring as well as just being able to manage yourself. That's going to allow you to unlock a multi-six-figure YouTube business. So, finally, because I'm not going to delve into paid ads that much, pretty much the second launch campaign is just going to be kind of once you've implemented all of these, and I'm not going to make a circle because I'm going to make it messy. Once you've implemented all of these, that's when you can then start to actually do a second launch of the productized service. Because obviously, like, your audience doesn't know it's a productized service yet. Like, all they know is that, like, you opened spots for something maybe months ago, and now you are opening spots back up to something new, and then that something new is going to be the productized service. So whereas before you were only able to open 15 spots, you can now open up to like 50, 60 spots, however much your structure of your business can handle. Because, like, I mean, if it's a group coaching program, you can let in a lot of people. And, I mean, if you have the system set up so that you can actually be able to take on that many people into maybe a group coaching program, like, you probably put them into a community, but, like, of course, not everyone's going to use, like, different parts of, like, people. Some people aren't going to show up to the call. You can send about 50, 60, 70 people into the community, and you'd be fine. You would be perfectly fine. Specifically, if you had the right structure in the beginning, the foundation set to be able to take on that many people in the community. But because it's a productized service, everyone's going to be taking the same service and taking the same program. So that's besides the point. Pretty much, yeah. You're not going to launch this again, and you're going to use the same sequence you did for the first launch campaign. Things don't get, like, different just because, like, it's a second launch campaign and it might be, like, a different offer. Maybe you might need to tweak certain things in the offer that, like, maybe just to get further product market fit. But the product market fit that you did was pretty much basically by helping those 50 people, because you now know what works. You now know exactly what they need, because whereas what you probably thought they needed in the beginning might not be what they needed by the end of the mentorship. So now you can take out what people don't need, add in what they did need, and that's all in this productized service. So your second launch, it is pretty much the most optimized offer that you can get, because you got a double whammy of product market fits as well as case studies. Dude, this is the perfect path for YouTubers. And I'm going to share this with every YouTuber that I can to get as many YouTubers rich as heck. But you do the second launch campaign, you do the warm-up pre-launch, the pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. But instead of the post-launch being collecting waiting lists and, you know, kind of, I mean, you can collect the waiting list, but pretty much after the second launch, you can now have spots open in your productized service for, I mean, now infinite. You can have spots open as long as your infrastructure allows for people to be able to go into the program seamlessly. I would say maybe wait a month or so before you're fully opening spots, just so you can get, like, accustomed to everything. But at this point, you can now scale to however much you want to get. Just keep implementing the content systems, keep making better content, just sharpen up the funnel a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe make the VSL convert better. Maybe make, like I said, better content. Maybe make better content on your Instagram and send people from Instagram into YouTube. So that's what I'm saying. All of these kind of combine together into one unison. It all creates a perfect kind of ecosystem that allows you to attract, nurture, convert. So attracting is with the content, the top of funnel content like Instagram, maybe TikTok, Twitter, whatever. Middle of funnel, converting and nurturing is going to be YouTube, sending people down to your funnel. That's converting them. Your newsletter is nurturing these people because they're in your ecosystem. I'm not gonna get into all the systems because it's just too much for this video. Last thing is just pretty much paid ads. I'm not an expert at this yet. I will become an expert at it, so don't worry. But pretty much you can use this to scale to. I mean, I know, for example, Charlie Morgan, he's making like $1 million a month, but I know he spends like $400,000 on ads. So I'm not sure the value of it. I'm not sure the amount you're going to be able to get on as a return on that, but it's something I'm going to learn so that I can better explain it better to you guys. I'm not going to just talk about it here because but it is something that you will want to do, and that's what I'm going to eventually do once I learn that as well. So yeah, pretty much. This is the perfect path for YouTubers if they want to scale to a multiple 5 to 6 figure a month YouTube business. Because I mean, it doesn't get, not that it's simple, not that it's easy, but this is very simple. I kind of explained a very, very simple process. It's just you do market research, create your offer, launch the offer, get results for your customers, then use the results that you got to then create that the way you got results into more so a product. Like document what you did and then transform that into templates, documents, and frameworks that kind of show them step by step how to actually achieve the result from current situation to desired situation. So as you're building that, you'll then want to implement and start building your content system so that you can actually keep on attracting attention, make people actually view you as valuable and as an authority. So create tons and tons of valuable content. Then marketing systems so that you can actually get people into your ecosystem. You can nurture them over time. You can get them their emails, their information, so you can actually start to sell them into your product or service. Obviously, systems are leverage and productivity. With the second launch campaign, you're going to need like a sales team. You're going to need appointment centers. Sorry, as well as productivity, so that you can actually do the work, so you can actually manage yourself. Then the second launch campaign, so that you can actually launch the product or service. And then obviously that could be easily a multiple 6-figure launch, like just off the second one. So if you can get to this point, you're pretty much set with your business for as long as you keep doing everything correctly, continue to learn, continue to get better, continue to make better content, improve your marketing systems, manage yourself better, train your team better, make your product better. And this is going to be the last thing I'm going to say, because I know this might seem like maybe somewhat, I mean, I hope it doesn't seem that too hard, but one thing I do want to stress, building a product as service, if you actually want to build a good product, it is going to take a little bit of your soul. Like, it's going to take some of you. It's going to take a part of you that you probably didn't even know you had. And it's short-term sacrifice for very, very long-term gain. Because if you actually want to be in this game for years and you're not just playing the game for months, if you're playing the game for months, just go sell some courses. But if you actually want to be in the game for years, you're going to have to create an amazing product. And you're only going to be able to create an amazing product based, of course, off the 15 case studies, is if you are spending and putting hours and hours and hours, weeks, months into creating something amazing for your customers. That's the only way, in my opinion. If you want your product to actually stand out in the market over time, that is what you need to do. But if you can do so and go through the pain of actually building it, because it's hard, I'm not going to lie and say it's easy, it's hard. It's going to take a lot of energy, a lot of mental willpower, a lot of days and weeks and months where you're kind of just behind the computer screen, typing away, thinking of and scheming of how to make the product better. It's hard, but if you can get to the other side, I mean, that's where all the juice is. And think about like how not how valuable, but like think about how it would change and affect your life, your family's life, your social life, your status. Like think about all these different things that you can get when you just go through the pain and arrive at the other side. Because if you can make an amazing product, I mean, this just becomes like a byproduct. Like everything is just a cause and effect. The cause is the good product. The effect is just 100K plus a month. It's as simple as that. So I'm done yapping. My name is Devon Nawaga, founder of D-Wiz Acquisition. I hope this was valuable for you guys. See you in the next video. Peace.